it is at the age of, averagely, at the age of 12, that people start learning to play football. So by the time they are fit, they are like 24, 25. That's why most of our players are always old. Like you hear that somebody is in Europe, he's less than 19 years and he's playing for Barcelona, Real Madrid, those type of teams. It can hardly happen to an African. Because here, we start playing football very late. No man will want his child to play football. So mostly you go to school and then you develop the interest at a certain age. If you are here, you want to become an athlete, run in the Olympics. If you don't start the right time, you may never be able to become. Success favors those who start early. There is a time for everything. If you want to do the ministry, you should start early. Some of you who have been appointed today as pastors, take notice. Don't wait. Don't delay. Run. Run with it. It says, write the vision, make it plain that those who see it will run. A vision is something you run with, not something you walk with. So today you have been made a pastor. Don't wait for 5 years' time that you think of having a big church. Don't wait that, even though I'm a pastor, but let's take our time. And no, don't wait, run. That's the preparation you need. The preparation is the preparation to run with speed. And it means starting on time. Starting on time. Don't delay. Don't delay. Don't delay. Start early. And I think that you have all started early. None of you here is 30. So you have started very early. Run in the Bible by 25 is too late to be a pastor. Yeah, they start at 20. By the time you are 25, they've chosen all the pastors. Yes. And you can become a priest at 30. Until you are 30, you can't become a priest to go into the Holy of Holies and offer incense and sacrifice for the nation. Because they believe that you enter into old age at 30. Actually, if you are a 30-year-old, you are not a youth. Yeah, by all definitions, if you check from the United Nations definition, your 30 is not youth. Youth is 16 to 24. That's you are a youth. After 24, you are an old man. Did you get it? So run. Don't delay. Don't wait. And some people are here 25 years. They don't know what to do with their lives. And they are still searching. Just lay hold and run and run. Don't, if you there's a principle called the principle of early start. What you don't start early, you are not likely, or you are not so likely to become a master of it. Run. Start early. What does it mean to start early? It means to start with speed. So that whatever you're doing, do it quickly. If it takes 1 year for people to finish new convert school in the church, you shouldn't do it in 2 years. You should never delay. You should never delay. Run with speed. Run with speed. How these people have become pastors, I believe that Pastor Andy has known each of them for over 3 years. So if people can become pastors in 3 years, you shouldn't become a pastor in 10 years. Speed, speed, speed. The race is to the swift. If you don't have speed, you cannot win a race. So fight and run with speed. What does it mean to start early? It means to start on time. Start on time means to start when it has to start. There is a time that something has to start. There is a pastor who was my friend when we were in the university, things of God, and he was a pastor. So I told him that the way you have this ordained as a pastor, he was ordained as a pastor whilst we were in the university. And I told him that as soon as he finishes school, he should just focus and just do the ministry. He said, oh, after school he went to work here, he went to move here, he went to come here, he went. It is now that he has decided that he wants to now do the ministry. So all the while, the thing that you went to do, what was the reason? And the people that you could have started, they have now gone ahead of you and they are gone. There are certain things you will struggle to do them if you don't do them on time. Run, start, run. Run with it, even the desire to do them, they leave you. Desires can leave you. You used to like something, I don't like that thing again. When I was young, I used to like chicken a lot. Now I don't like chicken again. Yeah, I don't know why. Some of you like ice cream, very soon you don't like it again. Yeah. Some of you like children. Very soon you don't like children again. Yeah. So be quick and make sure that whilst the desire is there, run with it. There is a time you will never have a desire to be a pastor. Because as soon as you enter into a certain part of your life, the pressures of life, you're going here, you need money to do this, you need things on to go here. Gradually, the desire to serve God leaves you. And all the desires you have now become useless. So whatever that you have to do it now. Start it on time. Number 3, it also means to start promptly. We are talking about the principles of early start. The first one is, what does it mean to start early? It means to start on time. It also means to start with speed. It also means to start when it has to start. Number 4, it also means to start promptly. There should be no hesitation when God speaks to you. Paul said he did not confer with flesh and blood. You must have quick and prompt response whenever the Lord comes knocking and speaking to you. Number 2, prepared for every good works. Prepare by having maximum concentration. I said number 1, prepare by starting early. And I gave 4 points under the starting early. Number 2, have maximum concentration. Concentration. When I decided to be a pastor, a man of God in Accra called me to his house and told me that he wants me to be a pastor in his church. He has started a church. When I mentioned, everybody here knows it's a very big pastor in Ghana. I went to his house. At that time, I just finished university. And I was sleeping in an uncompleted building, sober down, West Legon in Accra. And I just didn't know where my life was going. And when he made me that offer, I just left. And as soon as I came out of his house, I said, no, God says I should start a church, so that's what I'm going to do. Then another man also came to see me. He was in EcoBank, and his house is at East Legon. He had just decided that he's leaving EcoBank, and he started a church. And the man also came to see me that he'll give me 400 cedis every week. At that time, our national service was 253 cedis. So imagine the national service you are receiving and somebody is multiplying it by. And he's giving it to you a week. And every day I come for a meeting, you give me 40 cedis. My rent for 6 months was, I think, 400 cedis. Yeah, my rent for 6 months. So now 400 cedis for a week will pay my rent for 6 months. I just want you to know how valuable the money was. This is 2012. I was confused. He came with his wife. He put me in his car. And the wife went to sit at the back and I was at the front. And he was talking to me. At the time, there was no church. I had not started a church. I had no ministry. I was just zealous. And he heard of me and he said that he wants me. He even said to pay for me to attend a certain Bible school. And the Bible school was a white people Bible school. He will pay for everything for me. I should just go. And I should just be in his ministry. He give me the 400 cedis every week. And 40 cedis every day that I come for a meeting. So that I can use it for transportation. By the grace of God, I said no. I want to concentrate on what God has asked me to do. If you are here and you don't focus, so many offers will destroy your ministry. And when you follow those offers, you realize that in the end, it didn't really get you anywhere. Yeah. There's a pastor who has a church. He sold the church, the members in it. Yeah. Like as all of you are here, then I come and I sell the church to Pastor Andy. I said, Andy, all the people in the church are 600. I've sold them. And then the building to show together, give me 1.5 million cedis. Then he took the money and traveled to Canada. Wow. Yeah. After some few days, do you know why he went to Canada? He went to Canada that he is going to do ministry. But Canada could die. Went there to sleep. It was when he was there for some time. He has been in Canada for over 2 years and there was no ministry. Now he started working in the washing bay. He's afraid and shy to come back. His ministry was gone. A work he was doing in Canada that even in Ghana here, he wouldn't even want his servants to do, was what he was doing. Maintain your focus. That's a preparation that you need. And what does it mean to maintain focus? It means you must have maximum focus. Maintain your concentration, maximum focus. It means dedication. You are fully given to it. It means to give yourself wholly to a cause. If you don't concentrate on something, your attention will be drawn away. You must be dedicated to the ministry. It must become an obsession. It should be your waking thought. And the last thought that takes you into your deep sleep. Concentration, fully given to it. Maximum concentration is concentration of effort. All your energy should not be channeled into rubbish. All of you who are pastors, a pastor's wife is different from a Christian's wife. Let me give you signs of a pastor's wife. No noise, run away, we are busy. A pastor's wife is somebody you can have very little contact with and she's okay. If you call her 2 minutes every day, it's okay. It's not a pastor's wife is not a person you can sit on for 5 hours, 6 hours talking about rubbish. If you are a pastor, know that sitting on phone and making useless free night calls because of relationship is destroying your ministry. We encourage people to marry, not people to be wasting time on phone. Hello, how are you doing? When I hear your voice, Mame Kuma. Sing for me, sing for me. A man of God. Hallelujah. You think that he's in love. You are wasting your life. Wasting your life. And you see, some of you, if you don't do those things, the girl will not be happy. And I said that she is the one that with little contact, she's okay. She's okay. But when there's somebody that like worms, they weave themselves under your skin. A pastor's wife is somebody who knows God for herself. You shouldn't marry a woman that you are now coming to teach her God. You don't have time. The effort to teach one may be more difficult than the effort to teach 100. Can't you see that when you are a teacher and you are teaching in a whole class, it's easier than when you are teaching only one boy? Say this, then you write this, say this. But when you are teaching the whole class, you just say whether they understand or they understand. Do you understand? Yes, sir. You move away and you go your way. So look out for a lady that loves God for herself. She will take away your concentration. She will begin to vex your soul like Delilah. Many of you think Delilah was a bad girl. She wasn't a bad girl. She just knew how to influence her husband, which every woman wants to. She just wants to know what to do so that my husband will be happy. And when you are happy, you can even give your hair to her. Yeah, Delilah was a very cunning sister that all of you can even learn from. A lady that when you come back from where she gives you her ties as pillow. That's what she did to Samson. That's what every wife is supposed to do. You don't need, come and put your head on my ties. And we're rubbing his hand in your hair. All of a sudden you forget all the scriptures. Stand fast. Those of you take heed that you fully read scriptures. Yeah. So some sisters, they are good for church members. They are good for like very serious Christians, but they don't have what it takes to marry a pastor. And what it takes to marry a pastor is a girl who is content with little things. Because the ministry, you don't start ministry by buying aeroplanes. So a sister that can use techno phone, and she's okay. She can use even young phone, and she doesn't even mind. That's the pastor's wife. So that when you buy iPhone for her, she's happy. If you buy techno, she's happy. Even if there's no phone, she's happy. You are what she needs. And all of you sisters, I'm not preaching to the pastor, I'm preaching to you. If you really want to walk with God and walk with pastors, this is how your affection should be. Not everything good is good for you. Right now, if I give you Land Cruiser V8, you should go and give it back to me. How will you buy fuel? So the Lord, when He provided, He will provide. It's true that He will provide. But the Lord brought us on this earth. That is provision, isn't it? But how come that you are still struggling at Ivandi as a pitcher? Huh? Yeah. So the point is that God will provide, though, but you have to have some level of faith to walk with God. That whether He provides or He doesn't provide, you are just moving. You are just moving. So don't go and marry somebody who stays in a two-bed. Like a girl that can stay in a single room is what a pastor should marry. Because it's possible that, look at me here. When you were in Queen's Hall, I want you to be in Queen's Hall. The room is like my palm. And four people are in that room. They don't have problem. But when they marry, they have to stay in a 3-bedroom house. And you may not have what it takes to pay the rent of a 3-bedroom house. So when you, all of you here, I'm preaching to the, are you sleeping? I'm preaching to pastors. The last warning. There are strategies in waking up in a church. As soon as you realize that you are sleeping, at the man of God's speech, you get up and say, wow. You are just using it to exercise to be awake. So you cannot be sitting down and you are going, and instead of you to get up swiftly, I just told you that run with it. You are sleeping and you are still going. When you realize you are going, now get up. Hold, as if you are catching the blade. It's a lie. Sometimes when you get up, do this. It's all to help you to wake up. Now, as I'm speaking like this, don't go and ask that, my lady, if I'm sleeping in single room, will you marry me? They will say yes. There's no need to ask. You have to learn. You have to observe it. The last time we sat in Trottoir, she was complaining. Now, so we can't sit in Uber. Uber, now I don't buy. And yet Trottoir, I don't buy. You can easily know people by the complaints. Yeah, they can ask, where's the salad? So you mean that all this bread that has so much carbohydrate, you will not add some raw veggies for easy digestion? Even sometimes, with the to look at, but yes, it's one of the signs. The Spirit of God will give you learning. Understand? Yeah. Don't do things that will take. Don't work with friends who have no vision. See, you may have a friend who's a millionaire. You should not keep him at a certain range, because his money will influence you to abandon the ministry. All the proverbs that our grandfathers gave, they are PhD thesis. Like when you hear a proverb, one line, but it's a whole research book. Yes. Say, what has light to do with darkness? What has God with Belial? When you see that thing, he's not comparing God to just the mundane. He's making comparisons that certain things, there are error in comparison. The birds of the same feathers, the plumage, they fly together. It's a proverb that was given by our ancestors. But it tells you that if you don't work in the same company, oddity can make you become can destroy you. All the disciples, Judas was from a different place. They were from Galilee. He was from Iscariot. Yeah. So all of them are business people. But you, Ankasa, you are a pastor. That's why you have seen that these days a pastor suddenly says he's into this political party because all his friends are politicians. Well, if you're a pastor, you do that. You start speaking rubbish. No, this is my party. How can a pastor say this is your party? All these parties, what are they? Who are they? Are they not just thieves? Let us be sincere with ourselves. If we are really Christians, we see that all these politicians, they are just thieves. Some of the things when you hear, you even become crazy. That they are using $34 million to buy spare parts. Are we mad people? And you say you are a pastor, a man that is supposed to have a person of integrity. You are defending a political party. It's because all their friends are politicians. As a pastor, your friends should be, all of you here, you should not have friends who are medical students, friends who are Greek students. Have pastors, friends who are doing Basania, friends who are doing, those are the people you work with. The more you work with unbelievers, they will corrupt you. The Bible says evil communication corrupt good manners. It corrupt good manners. You are a pastor. You are not a DJ. Concentrate. Forget about anybody. Concentrate. Listen to me. If you don't concentrate, you before you realize you don't even have a church again. There are pastors whose ministries, the building is sitting there, nobody is inside it. Because instead of them to concentrate on preaching the word, before you realize they are on a board of NGO, all sort of useless things. Instead of them to concentrate and win souls, they are not interested. They are on prisons board. They are on, what is all this? Because they will give you allowance. They will give you per diem. They will give you an appearance fee. You are a pastor. Concentrate. Concentrate wherever you have been positioned, wherever your church is. It can become a church of 1,000 people. If only you can concentrate. If only you can concentrate. If you have to even do masters, talk to your pastor. Let him suggest courses and things that are relevant. Where to do the programs, where to do the courses, all of these things. And that's how before you realize you don't have a church. And you have become something else. Maximum concentration. Take your seat. Adequate wisdom. Prepare to have adequate wisdom. If you don't have certain wisdom about something, you cannot operate in them. If you're a pastor, occupy yourself about what the ministry is about. Learn about the ministry, read books on it, listen to messages on it. My first laptop, I was in Queensland when I got that laptop. Come and see preaching. I listen to preach. At that time, there's not like a phone that you can put messages on. So that was where I was just listening to messages. I have some woofer. I put it under my bed. It will be blowing, preaching. That was all that we used to learn to be in the ministry. Know the ministry, know about people management, know how to talk, know how to relate with people, know how to even solve problems. Many problems in this world cannot be solved. So you as a pastor, you just have to know how to encourage people to be strong and to have faith. You can't, most of the things that are, the devil has succeeded in making people worry about things they can't change. Yeah. We are so worried. Why is it that my height is like this? My body is like this. These are things you can't do much about. You go, you change your body, then it goes back. It goes back, then you come back again. One of my pastors is a nurse in Kolebu plastic, whatever. That's where the girls come to do botox. He said when they do it, they come back. They do it, they come back after some years. If you don't do it, it keeps going down. You can't beat nature. So when you pump it, it deflates. Then you come and pump again. Then you come and pump it like that. Yeah. It's not easy. And these are things that people are worried about. These are things you can't do much about it. So as you are in the church, just tell them that Jesus loves you. Keep moving on. Forget about the world. And when you preach those, it doesn't mean we don't want money. But we have realized that genuinely speaking, many people are poor in this world. And you can't do anything about it. All the friends who went abroad that they are going to get money, check if they have been broadened. They are still what they were as they left. All this work here. Very powerful ideas, but you realize that the money part that we want to get, we don't seem to see it. If you have 1 million today, you realize that you have needs that are bigger than 1 million. If not, then why should politicians steal? Because they get money. Why should they steal? As a pastor, concentrate, focus, learn about the ministry, learn about the ministry. Know what the ministry is about. Yeah. How do I become a good preacher? These are questions that you have to ask. How do I study my Bible? How do I improve on myself? How do I overcome setbacks and challenges that come my way? Yeah. Number 4, principle of adequate preparations. Prepare yourself. Go through the difficult things. Whatever if you are here, you are in the choir, you should learn a song every day. And songs from different genres of music, but you have your own specialty. If it is hill song, this choral, contemporary, this or this, you should every day you should sing one new song. Yes, whether you have instrumentals or don't have instrumental, learn the songs, sing your part without instruments. Always, every day. That's how you prepare. Have you seen footballers? They train once in a week. Every day they go twice. They train twice in a day, footballers. In the morning and in the afternoon. In the morning and in the afternoon. If they train only once, mostly it's the day they have the match. They relax, they don't train. But the days before they train 1 day, they don't train 2 days. The rest is just stretching the body. They put their legs on the wall. They do some squatting. Menial, small training to keep them exercising. Have adequate preparation for the ministry. Number 4 or 5, principles of faithfulness. Faithfulness. You have to learn to be faithful. Faithfulness. You are faithful by what you do. How do you know that somebody is faithful? You know a faithful person by what he does. Thou good and faithful servant. You were faithful over little things. If you are given a work to clean a house and your father comes back and you are polishing his shoe, were you faithful? No, he said you should clean. Why are you polishing shoe? So what you do, how faithful you are, whatever that has been given to you should not die in your hands. Are you here? Yes. How do I measure faithfulness? Number 1, by what you do. Number 2, by the motives. Faithfulness is measured by motives. Motives underscore motivation. What motives or what motivates you is your strength. What is your motivation for being in the ministry? You must have the right motivation in full-time ministry. You must be clear in no uncertain terms concerning motives. Why are you doing what you are doing? Is it for fame, for money? The right motives means the person is faithful. You can also measure faithfulness by the intentions. Intention is different from motive. Intention is the constitution of the mind. It means your mental plan or goal. If, let's say, your goal is to get 1 million, that's your intention. The reason why I'm doing this work is to get 1 million. Then the question is, what is your motive? Oh, so that my father-in-law will know that I'm a rich man. I want to get money is one thing. So that my father-in-law will know that I'm rich is another thing. Getting the money is intentions. The motivation for that goal is that my father-in-law will be impressed. So there is a difference. You must have the right motives and the right intentions for the ministry. Intention, your mentality towards a reason for a course of action. Mindset is key towards achievement. The reason why you are doing something. If you think you can only be rich through juju, you may never be able to work. Because that's the mentality you have. If you think that before you can have a church, you must speak good English, you must have attended St. Peter's, and all of those things, they may not make you become a good pastor. Because that's the mindset that you have. But if you can think that Jesus is the one that prospers anyone that is faithful, then I just have to be faithful and he can prosper me whether I'm green or brown or black or white. If you think a mindset can be wrong or right, but your mindset will reveal your faithfulness. You can also measure faithfulness by stewardship. Stewardship is leadership. Custodianship or rulership, being an overseer or a caretaker. The Bible says we are stewards of the manifold grace of God. A steward assumes responsibility over a matter. He sees it as his work. Someone must take charge of it. Someone must be in charge. We need people to plant a church in Takoradi. Somebody must be in charge. Somebody must take care of it. There is a church in Asafo. Somebody must be. There's a church in Ato. Who is the steward? Someone must be in the helm of affairs. The person is a steward. Stewardship is leadership. And leadership is measured by vision, by inspiration, by decision, by administration, and by personality. If you want to measure a leader, you measure it by the decisions he makes. You measure it by his ability to inspire the people. Inspiration. You measure a leader by his personality. Is he wicked? Is he this? Is he this? Is he that? What kind of personality does he have? Does he easily get angry? Is he always quiet, setback, slow? He doesn't move like a snail. What? Those are things you should consider. And visions that the person has. The vision to accomplish something. The vision to make something happen. His administrative skills, ability to organize and put things together. All of these things are signs of leadership. Faithfulness is also measured by steadfastness. To be steadfast is to be constant, not subject to change, suitable and regular. And steadfastness guarantees predictability. Steadfast love is always present, ever strong and ever sure. And the steadfast love of the Lord never changes. Faithfulness also can be measured by being good, being acceptable, and being perfect. Good, acceptable, and perfect. GAP, GAP. So all of you should give the rest GAP. You should be good. Good means that you excel at something. Acceptable means what you do is something that can be appreciated. You say you are hungry and somebody brought a ladle and there's water on it. It's not acceptable. You pour the water in a ladle and say, oh, drink the water. It's not acceptable. So what you are doing should be acceptable. Should be acceptable. And it should also be perfect. Good, acceptable, and perfect. Poor performance is a sign of unfaithfulness. They gave you to start by saying now 1 year, it is still 12, 3, 8, 2. As if so 2, 8, 1. Now it has to grow. It has to grow. It has to increase. Now that you have been made a pastor of a church, the results should be good. When we come pastor today, we're just 185. Yeah. My vision is that I want to see 500 people this year. Oh, my son is doing well. Yeah. So results. No matter how much effort you put in something, the results justifies the effort. So I've done my best. Your best should be producing best results. Imagine you learn 6 hours and go 23/100. You can't say that because you learn 26 hours, we should understand you. This is not the result for 26 hours. You went to a Ghana football, they are paying you thousands of dollars. You go and they kick you out. They say Ghanaians are ungrateful. We train hard. We do our best. Rubbish. Do you think we are here to hear good? We do our best. You take a child to school, his school fees is $3,000 a term, and he's getting F, and he said, oh, she has tried. At least she sat for the exams. No. Don't give us results that insult our kind efforts. No. You went to school 4 years and came back with 6 Fs, 2 Ds. You are academically unfaithful. Faithfulness means what you did was very good. It also means it was, imagine a class where a class of 100 people, the highest score was 60. If you get 50, it's acceptable. And out of that 100, only 2 people got between 50 to 60. And you got 50. It's acceptable. Even though it's not the best. But out of the class of 100, 98 had above 80. And only you. So sometimes success is measured in a community. You've done well. So wherever your churches may be, don't say that it's difficult. Check, are the churches around also difficult? How come that is difficult? But one church that is beside you is doing this, and you two are in the same, and you are also not doing. That's a sign that you are not doing well. And all of you, I want to encourage you. This is how we measure faithfulness. It's not excuses. You can't have excuses and results at the same time. It also means you have to be perfect. So in faithfulness, there's excellence. In faithfulness also there's loyalty. Faithfulness. That's all these are principles of faithfulness. That's number 2. Number 3. Number 1 is the principle of early start. Number 2, the principle of maximum concentration. Number 3 is the principle of adequate wisdom and know-how. Number 4, principle of adequate preparation. Number 5, principle of faithfulness. And the principle of faithfulness, we have given 5 measures of faithfulness. We said that faithfulness is measured by motives. Faithfulness is measured by what you do. Faithfulness is measured by intention. Faithfulness is measured by stewardship. Faithfulness is measured by steadfastness. 6, faithfulness is measured by acceptable, good, acceptable. 7, faithfulness, there is efficiency. Even before that, faithfulness, there is loyalty. There's also ability. In faithfulness, there's trustworthiness. And in faithfulness, they are without errors. 5 or 6. 6. The principle of positive personality trait. If your church members don't come for prayer meeting, the day they come, you lay hands, somebody manifests. The next day they will come. There's nothing hard. It is the one that is doing it. Listen, how many of you have not said that mass is difficult? But having to see people, mass is not difficult. The one doing it, somebody is making it easy. Whatever that is difficult, somebody is doing it easily. No matter what. If you think that it's difficult to eat 6 balls of kenke, somebody ate 7 yesterday. So is it difficult? It's not difficult. It's the one doing it. Yeah. Maybe you say driving is difficult. Somebody knows. Those who are driving know that it's not difficult. Yeah. Yeah. You say, oh, the course you are doing is difficult. There's somebody doing it. You has made it obvious that it's not difficult. The same way, same ministry is difficult. There are some people doing it and we can see that it's not difficult. Do you understand? Positive trait, your personality is part. The person you are struggling to convert can become a bishop under another person. The right personality of asking questions. Why is this thing not working? What can I do? What else am I supposed to do? And many people know all the problems, but they are not willing to answer any of them. But you should be willing to solve the problems. You should be willing to solve the problems. It makes you a leader. Number 6, 7. The principle of love for God and for man. How to be prepared for good works. The next point is the principle for love for God and for man. There's a scripture that says, brethren, keep yourself in the love of God. That means you can take yourself out of God's love. Jude 1:21 says, keep yourselves in the love of God, looking for the mercy of our Lord Jesus Christ. People are stepping stones and stumbling blocks. You need a right understanding to know how to relate to them. Have a passion to affect life and be guided by your love for God. You can't love God and hate men. And you should not love men and hate God. It's possible, but you shouldn't be like that. But you can't love God and hate man. It's not possible. Success or prosperity is life. In life is holistic. Being rich and sick is useless. It makes money useless. Being rich and sinful and godless makes riches useless. If you do not love God, success becomes self-destructive. If you assume to love God but hate men, success becomes elusive. How will people come to you if you don't love them? Success or prosperity must have a purpose that is greater than it. That means if you want to be rich, there should be a reason that is greater than being rich. And I think it is God. Something should be greater than money in your life. Man must be greater than your success. And God must be the purpose for your success. 1 John 4:20. God sees souls to be valuable. You should be part of the salvation of men. People who are bleeding within and God wants you to help them, preach to them, pray for them. There are many. Jesus, the scripture says, who will I send and who will go? Be consumed in the love of God. That's where real meaning in life is found. Don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. I will end here. Go and excel. Go and do exploits. Go and advance in the ministry. I prophesy over you right now. Be filled with the Holy Ghost. be impacted by the power of God. May the hand of the Lord rest upon you. May you be anointed like never before. In the name of Jesus, let the power of God operate in your life. When you stretch your hands, let things respond to you. Come on, lift up your voice and begin to pray right now. Shalalabatatai. Lehasona lima kaparuadasa. Irebrandi lama santa neme hasatai. Ikapora bela hezindes kata. Sharala branda namanatai nilihai. Ikokovrandi asintanamaha. Maintaining your consistency, maintaining your concentration, maintaining your effort, concentration of effort, maintaining your goals. Be focused. Shukra brandi lavatataya. Iulaba repaterian telelepataya. Rebradi bala santene meratai. Halala maranda seandele mahazaya. Hi. It says, love not the world, if anyone in him, and all the lust of the flesh and the pride of life. It says they are not from the Father. Lord, I want to be faithful in the ministry. Mandele mehapatai, Robrandisa lahasanta daba, ikape rebele bahaya. Ayandala matanda lebriante de behaya. Ikoparende seya tepelehaya. Himambambele le parabarianda la bahaya. Randala la parianda rianta la pe. Ikopora de celebriante rianta la baha. Hai kapapa. Ikopaterian telebriata kapa. Ai kapa ratatatai. Handala marate sete brakapahaya satayaha. Illa sibali hasete. Illa mandela mandabaha. Hai kapapa rapala lavahaya. Illa mandele mriandele baradabaha. Hai kapapa. Halabaradaba rapala lavaha. Ekapaya nana mana. Ingate rebala brianta riadala